the main idea, what we want to try and convey here tonight, is that wine drinking, it's a lifestyle. It's about combining the fine wine with the fine food and actually creating something there in the end. The whole should be then better than all the sum of the parts. So it really is an evening for everyone just to enjoy and really see where wine can fit into their lifestyle. Kenya has become a big focus, but we're also doing some activities in Botswana. Next week I'm going to be in Zambia and Lusaka. We're doing some work in Nigeria. Angola is a big focus. We've got offices in Namibia as well. So I think Africa as a whole has become a really big focus for us. Wine is a very subjective thing. You know, wine, I mean, every person is going to have a different preference. Myself personally, I mean, I can have something. Tonight we're having the Cuvée Brut, which is our sparkling wine. I mean, when I'm sitting outside next to the swimming pool, I'm having that wine on its own. It's perfect. But then we're having lamb chops and we're having a big juicy Cabernet Sauvignon, and that pairing is also, it's perfect. So I think the main thing is the wine should fit the situation. For me personally, I think the best situations are when you're with a group of friends and you can actually, enjoying the wine, enjoying the food together with a bunch of friends, sort of the perfect situations. When it comes to wine drinking, it's very different compared to, say, a wine tasting or a wine appreciation. I mean, no one can tell you how to drink your wine. I mean, no one can tell you what wine to drink, how to drink your wine, and with what you're drinking it. When we're doing actually a wine tasting, when it's more about evaluating the wine, be it for quality or for style, I mean, we always compare wine to art. But wine is not a painting hanging against a wall. I mean, you want to get involved with all your senses. So it's firstly we look at it. You can discern a lot of things by looking at the wine. We're looking at the color. Normally with the red wine, we're looking at the rim. For the white one, we would have been looking there at the reflex. So from the color, we can gauge more or less what the age is going to be. We're going to look at what the intensity is going to be. Then we're going to be sniffing it. The idea while we're doing that, we're swirling it around just to get a little bit of oxygen into the wine. We're letting the wine breathe. That little bit of oxygen is going to open up the flavors, open up the aromas, and it's just going to make it more enjoyable. So after you've swirled it around, it's not sniffing it up here. We really get your nose into it, just to get all the aromas. You'll find that different aromas are more volatile or less volatile, so you really want to try and get as much in as you can. Sometimes you find people doing that at a wine tasting. They're not trying to be pretentious or anything or have bad manners. What we're doing there, and this is more comes into play when you're doing a professional wine tasting, is you're getting some more air in it. On your tongue, in your palate, you can only really discern 5 taste sensations. So when I'm tasting prune or strawberry or apricot, I'm not really tasting it, I'm actually smelling it. So when we're doing that, we're actually inhaling and we're getting some air into our olfactory lobes, and that's actually where you're registering all those flavors. So at a wine tasting, you'll be doing that. At dinner company, you're probably not going to be slurping your wine, but so the reason why we're doing it.
Great food, good wine, nice people, no rain for a change, and no trouble with traffic while I'm here.
Being in the hotel industry, is it something that you would say is catching up, this whole wine pairing lifestyle?
Oh yes, for sure. I mean, I've been here almost 5 years, and at that time there was hardly anything available. We had to import everything ourselves, and now you can buy more or less just about anything, which is good news. And people taking on it as well.
Is it also because people need new games to play?
Possibly, yes. But it's also become more affordable, I think. So that makes a difference too.
Is Nederburg one of your more favorite wines?
It's one of my favorite wines, let's put it this way. I mean, we have many wines, and Nederburg is one of the nice ones, an old established one, so I'm enjoying it.
This is very popular wine not in Africa, in all over the world. Actually, even in Singapore, this is popular. And actually, I can mention some wines like Cabernet Sauvignon, and the latest edition is Late Harvest. They are very good wines, and of course Chardonnay is very dry. I think one of the best companies in Africa making Nederburg. And also I'm talking about these distributors. They are doing very good job, and the supply is very fast for us. And
why would you say it's important for somebody to know their wine?
Of course, if you know the wines, drinking, a lot of wines producers in Africa, not only Africa, in all over the world, but Nederburg is special for me. And it's because I don't know how they produce it. So it's very nice, mostly they use the oak barrels for to get many flavors, and most of the wines, they don't use oak barrels, but this Nederburg product they use the oak barrel for fermentations. And
Are you happy you came to this event?
of course, I'm happy and very glad to be here.
Somebody asked one day, do we live to eat or do we eat to live? Think about it. All the events you're invited to, how do you socialize? It's always about good food, good wine, good drink. And therefore, it's very much about fashion. And food in terms of when you look at worldwide, everybody's trying to be as innovative as possible in terms of the taste, the presentation, the wine. Everyone is trying to be inventive as much as possible. Yes, it is about fashion.
It's also about health.
Yeah, but the new study,
I don't know.
a glass of wine a day keeps the doctor away.
Say that again.